Good day, YouTube. Today's topic is my anxiety, my peace. I've actually had anxiety for a long time. It's even worse than being nervous about something. Let's say you're nervous about giving a speech. Anxiety is a daily thing in my life, and it's been like that since I've been in the Air Force, 21 years. But now I'm actually speaking to a doctor about that because it's very important that I do that. In the past, what I've done is just work out. My outlook has been good, consistent. Sometimes it's okay to ask for help. My anxiety, even before I joined the Air Force, was probably caused by some of the things that I saw as a child, some of the things that I did as a teenager, and then life itself, when you have your family and your children and your career and life is going on, that can create anxiety. And I'm sure a lot of people have to deal with that. That's my message for this video, is how are you dealing with that? Here's the thing, what I've done is, the first thing is awareness. You have to be aware, and I am aware of what causes me anxiety, or when I'm having a great day, or when I'm having a horrible day. Everything in between as well. You have to have awareness. And how are you going to handle that? What are you going to do? Like I said, I'm an optimistic person and I work out all the time. I'm on my way right now to the gym in Fort Carson. It's one of those things that unfortunately it's part of me at this point in my life. So that awareness really helps. Nervousness is different in the sense that, like I said, you may be nervous because of an exam in school or your interview for a job, whatever that may be. Anxiety is a bigger thing in my case, and it's not really a good thing, but it's part of my life. How does this relate to you? You may be facing something in your life that causes anxiety. Hopefully you have awareness. What are you going to do about it? We all have experiences in our lives that create who we are. Positive experience and negative experiences as well. And that's what life is about. Life is going to have celebrations and challenges, and how are we going to deal with those challenges? I'm very proactive in my life. I like routines. I like spontaneity. That's something I've been doing in the last 5 years as opposed to just routine. Routine can be boring. It could be playing it safe. And I'm not saying you have to be a big risk taker, but you have to also have spontaneity in your life. At least that's what I think. When it comes to anxiety, remember that you're never alone, that there are things that we can be doing ourselves to be proactive to handle that better. And here's the curveball. The curveball is, while I have anxiety in my life, I've never been more at peace than I am today as I make this video. In my life, in my recent life, I have the abundance of peace overwhelming in a positive way. And I'll tell you about that. I was at church today and I felt it. I felt an incredible abundance, overwhelming peace in my life. My body feels the anxiety. My mind and my heart feel that peace, that abundance of peace, of satisfaction. Not satisfaction in my career or my life. Maybe it's just everything. But I have that overwhelming peace in my mind and my heart. Even though my body is different. My body has aches. My body feels jittery often, weakly. That's how I am at this point. And I've dealt with it in healthy ways. I don't smoke. I have an occasional drink, but I don't depend on alcohol to bury the pain or whatever it is. And talk about pain. Everybody has some type of pain in their life, whether it's today, whether it was a year ago, or growing up, right? I know I do as well, just like everybody else. I'm just like everybody else. But hopefully we are being proactive and dealing with challenges, with pain, with anxiety, with nervousness, with doubt, with whatever negative that is part of life. But it's a reason that that's part of life. And when we as individuals can have that taste of sweetness that I felt today in my life, it's just way bigger than us as individuals, and way bigger in a positive way than that anxiety that I feel every week. One of the reasons for my retirement is I want to slow things down. I want to be in control of my life, which I already am in control of my life. I'm a very optimistic person. My outlook is positive, but I realize that tomorrow is not promised for any of us. I have my plans for tomorrow and years from now, but it's not guaranteed that that's going to happen. So hopefully you can get something out of this video, this topic. Life sometimes will stink. That was a lesson today. And yes, that's true. But are we being proactive? Are we doing things to get rid of that stench if that's in our lives? Sometimes it's cutting off things. Sometimes it's cutting off people. Sometimes it's cutting off what we do to put ourselves in a position. If I was always anxious and that's because of what I'm doing, then I would say shame on me for doing what I'm doing and make things different by changing things. All I do is work, celebrate life with my family, and I still feel that anxiety. So at this point, it's something that I have to say, it's who I am, unfortunately, but I'm still going to be proactive and try to do things that I can do that make it better. When I say I'm an optimistic person, I love life. I think life is sweet, and I'm realistic in the sense that there are challenges in life for you, for me, for everybody. There are things that we may fear. One of the questions that people ask me often is, I want to join the Air Force or I want to join the military, but I'm overweight. And the recruiter said to drop some pounds, and that may cause anxiety. If you're willing to do the work and reduce the weight in that example, it's worth it. That's what I tell people. Do what the recruiter told you to do. It's worth the sacrifice. More importantly, it's worth it to ourselves to take care of the best vehicle we will always drive, which is this body, the one and only body that we have. Look at it like that. Hopefully you've taken away something from this video. And I'll leave you with the thing that everybody has challenges in their lives, to include me. And sometimes we need that closure to move in a different direction, in the direction that we want to, which will make things better. Take care. Have a great day.